Okay, there we go. 2 after 9 p.m. of course, Amsterdam time. That's go time. That is go time. That is go time. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm the one and only Coin Baron, and today we do another midweek update on a Thursday, the day after Liberation Day for all Americans, I guess. So if you're American, well, I hope you feel liberated after yesterday. And it's been quite a roller coaster ride. It has honestly been quite a roller coaster ride. So let's dive directly in the charts. But I also want to talk a bit about Lion as well. Don't know if you guys are holding Lion, but let me know how you're feeling currently. Are you feeling bearish? Are you feeling bullish? What's your thoughts? We talked about it, the tariff topic on I think Monday on a video. And I want to come back to it because it was a bit worse than I expected. It was a bit worse than I expected. But first, big hello to VDG from Belgium. I see Sanjay again. Mr. Rodriguez, welcome, welcome. Bjorn as well. Hello, Crow fam. Good evening. And we've got a pirate in the house. Pirate Justin even. And just so you know, you can always wake up Justin because he's a permabull. He's a permabull. Always bullish. Let's take a look at the charts, shall we? Let's take a look at the charts. I was looking at this. I was looking at this yesterday and I was so freaking excited. I was so freaking excited until we had the 10 o'clock, or for me it was 10 o'clock. We had the Trump tariff announcement. Because we had a breakout to the upside. We had a breakout to the upside here for the structure for CRO, for Cronos, the crypto.com coin. And I need to actually bring it up a little bit. A bit like this. And it was perfect. It was a perfect retest. We went above it, above the structure, retested it for a few hours, and then we had a breakdown after the announcement. There was a few minutes before the announcement, we got the word from the Wall Street Journal. We got the word from the Wall Street Journal saying, well, a base tariff of 10%. And everyone's thinking, oh, 10%, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. And then we got the news about, for example, China getting crazy tariffs. We got, I think, also the EU hit with 20%. We got many African countries or many Asian countries, even some countries where no one lives. Literally islands filled with penguin. They got like 70% tariffs. I hope the penguin don't mind. I really hope the penguin don't mind. Oh, anyways, welcome, John. Welcome. Yeah, honestly, guys, if you haven't seen it, John's talking about AMA Part 2. I think AMA Part 2 is a very spicy one. A very spicy one because it's talking about the top 5 reasons, the top 5, well, list of things really, that will make Crow great again. That will make Crow great again. And I think that's the most important part of the whole AMA, in my opinion at least. XGen is also feeling liberated. Yeah, man, I'm feeling so liberated today. It's magnificent. It's magnificent. Yeah, so Sanjay, do you live near the penguins? Sanjay also got some nice tariffs. Everyone gets tariffs except Hero. So Pirate is saying, well, you know, I've been buying some more CRO and I was disappointed it didn't even dip deeper. Still way above my average buy price. Same here, Pirate Justin. Same here. And I wanna mention this as well. Crow is talking. Crow is holding good. Crow is holding pretty good. It's the truth. I want to show you though some other counter arguments, but we're still above 8 cents. It had some struggles though. It went on some exchanges. It went back to 9 cents. On some exchanges to 9 cents. But Crow is doing great, and it's even recovering right now. I don't know. I haven't really taken a look at the S&P anymore. The S&P is up. What? Oh, on the weekly. It's up on the weekly. Let's take a look at the daily though. Yeah. So today it's whoa. S&P is up. Interesting. Interesting. I thought it opened really bad for the stock market in the US, but maybe it's better now. Let's see. Let's see. Overall, though, I quickly want to say I made a video last Monday, And I was saying basically, if you take a look at history, so we'll bring up the S&P again. It is not the first time we have seen tariffs. It is not the first time we have seen Trump. So a bit of a spoiler for that video, but in 2018, we had a very deep dump. We had a very deep dump for the S&P 500, minus 17% after the tariff announcement. But this time around, we kind of knew. I mean, Trump was always talking about tariffs. Trump was always talking about basically everything. It's not like a big surprise this time around. So I thought it was priced in. Having said that, though, in comparison to the 2018 or 2017 tariffs, this was a lot worse, unfortunately. So that's why I really scared the market. That's also why Ethereum went down a lot. Still, though, on a CRO pair, it is growing. On a CRO pair. I also want to talk about the DXY today, because the DXY had an absolute breakdown. It was enormous, guys. MK saying some painful things though. Ethereum below $1,800. Ay. Sanjay is also talking about the Lion token. We can talk about Lion as well, because honestly, guys, yesterday I was amazed by the Lion token. Let's take a quick peek here at Lion, because Lion is on a bull run. It is an absolute bull run for Lion. And also the Lion token, it had a very big dip today. But you have to look at see it in perspective. You have to see it in perspective, because it's only a small dip. It is basically still at a higher place as where we were 2 days ago. So Lion is doing absolutely amazing. The only scary part, so if you have seen my portfolio video, you do know that I have a decent bag of Lion. I have a pretty decent bag of Lion myself, and it's getting scary because it's very close to flippening the CRO token itself, and that has never happened before. Ricardo, hello from Italy. Welcome, dude. Welcome. Also, VDG is mentioning he's getting some extra Lion from a supercharger next 30 days. Is it today? Is it today you have to accept the rewards? I should not forget that one. You have to accept the supercharger rewards manually. It's always a hassle. There were no surprises though. Howdy from Houston, Texas. Welcome, man. It was no surprise. I think let's quickly go back to the S&P thing. I mean, the tariffs were not really a big surprise. I mean, it was all expected from Trump. However, the tariffs themselves were a bit higher than expected. But back in 2018, we got tariffs on, I think, washing machines. We got tariffs on solar panels. We got tariffs on, I think, steel as well. This time around, I think it's basically everything except for semiconductor. So if you do like chips, like computer chips, you're not paying any fees. And that's clever, because I live in a country, the Netherlands. We create the machines that create the chips. It's from ASML. Literally, there's no company in the world that can do that except for us. So, of course, they're not going to tariff that one. That would be very expensive for them. That would be very expensive. Anyone know why dots keep going up? Been eyeing up and buying more projects. Got too much CRO now. You want to diversify. So dots, is that like Polkadot? I have no clue, unfortunately. I have no clue. XGen Joseph does mention CRO is bouncing beautifully on the 20-day. Let's take a quick peek here. Let's take a quick peek. Also, guys, we got a news story today about a new update to main city. A new update to main city. I would say though, Mr. XGen, the typical one we traders use is the 21-day. The 21 simple moving average. But yeah, I guess it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same, yeah. Basically, it touched it. Basically touched it here, and it had a good bounce. That's bullish. Quickly check what the 50-day is. The 50-day is below Yeah. The 100-day has been all resistance so far. So you can see we're kind of creating here this pattern in between these two lines. You can see it's below this one, below this blue line, and above this one. And previously this also has been, you know, actually the 21 days not really big support or resistance. Interesting, very interesting so far. Yeah, CRO is holding up good, holding up great. But I want to quickly check this out though. If you don't follow me, guys, I'm at the Coin Baron here, and I was looking at the bubble maps today, and this was pretty painful to see though. CRO was the biggest loser today. When I woke up, CRO minus 9%, but that's also because in the previous days, CRO has been performing way too well. Greetings here from Italy again. Have we reached finally the bottom? I don't know. I don't know, Sifo. I don't know. Kind of feels like it because the S&P is bouncing. The S&P is bouncing beautifully. Also, CRO is bouncing. I want to see Bitcoin though. I mean, Bitcoin also, it keeps doing quite well. It keeps doing quite well. Let me quickly remove all these things there. Yeah, so Bitcoin, I mean, on the weekly, it is basically about green, about red. If we end the week like this, guys, so on Sunday we do the weekly close. If it remains like this, I'm very, very optimistic about the upcoming weeks. In general, it's looking good. April is typically a good month, so Q2 could be good. The counter argument is though that Chris Marzlik himself, the CEO of Crypto.com, he said, well, the coming months will be choppy waters. Will be choppy waters. I would like to make the counter argument though. I would like to make the counter argument that if you take a look, I put up this chart here. This is from the 2017 bull run. It kind of copies what we're doing currently. And so let's see, we follow, oh, you can't see the screen beautifully. So this is here, the 2017 bull run, the yellow part. And we're perfectly following the 2017 bull run so far. Not perfectly, but it looks very much like it. And what you see is that in the 2017 bull run, we also had those moments we had to regroup. We had those moments we had to regroup, like this over here, regroup. And here also regroup. And then only then after a while, I think after the third time, we really regrouped and got a support. That is really when the parabolic rise started. I mean, it's overall looking like a parabolic rise, but I think here things went parabolic, like everyone could feel it. Everyone could really feel it. And that was really nice. We got Badass coming in saying the bottom was actually at the 4th of March. I mean, that would make sense, right? With the, I think we had the announcement of the Golden Age proposal. People were scared, people were panicking. Mass FUD on the timeline as well. I mean, I got it. The strange thing about March the 4th though was that we started, I think, very bullish because people were only reading Golden Age, Golden Age, Golden Age, and then we got this. People were started to read more. Let's quickly go back to that day though. March 4th. Yeah, here we go. We started off really well. And then we got the dip in only one day, from about 10 cents back to 6. Honestly, I'm Crow is at least exciting. Crow is exciting, doing things currently. I mean, this was very boring. It was very boring, only going down within these ranges. I like some parabolic moves. Keeps me up at night. So VDG is talking about the Lion token. So the Lion token can be accepted tonight. Tonight we have to accept the Lion token, and guys, that is free money. So if you are using a supercharger, it is very flexible, works perfectly in my opinion at least. I use it myself a lot for my spare crow basically. It's free Lion token. A Lion is honestly, I think, one of the best tokens we got so far. Let's talk about Lion though. Let's talk about the new upgrade, because I don't know if you guys have been playing the game. Well, we got Season 3 just announced. Fractured Fate here for the Loaded Lions. This has been actually posted as well on the Crypto.com account, so that's pretty exciting. Guys, don't forget to smash the like. But yeah, so if you guys don't know, Main City, that's the game you can play with the Loaded Lions and also the Loaded Lion universe. And of course, it will be in the Lion token as well. So I guess this will be something new for the Lion token, more utility. And so far also the graphics look great. The graphics look great. They're trying to tease a new enemy. They're trying to tease also something more, like a real mystery. A real mystery is beginning. And I'm not going to read it all. But basically, we just had a new season. In the last season, we had the Great War. We had the war between the Legion and the Void. And that one was won by the Void. The Void won. And after the Void won, this is the lore here. After the Void won, Legion had to go away. They had to move away because, well, they were not longer safe any longer. So they had to go below Earth. And when Legion went below Earth, they found something new. And that's going to be Season 3. What is going to be interesting, though, is that with this journey ahead, they're going to be able to sell more things. So they're going to sell more land. They're going to sell more tools maybe as well. They're going to be more enemies, so maybe new weapons. So I expect more weapons, more land NFTs for sale, and also the mobile app. And the mobile app is, I think, very bullish. I like the mobile app. I hate playing on my laptop. It's boring. I don't like to basically boot up my laptop just to play a game. How do tariffs affect crypto though? Isn't crypto for the people, not big businesses? I gotta say though, Vida, that's true. But this day and age, it is very much correlated. So if you take a look at what happened with the S&P 500 here, so got a chart here for the S&P 500, which is the stock market. The stock market went down. It went down on the 17th of February. What happened to Bitcoin since February 17th? Let's quickly go to Bitcoin. I'm lost here. Well, since February 17th, that's basically over here, we only went down. It looks quite a bit like each other. Let me go to the weekly. Yeah, this is the weekly. You do see quite a bit of similarities here. So what you can see really, Mr. Vida, is that even though both are different, I would say both are correlated. You can see really the resemblances. So if the S&P is having a good time, you have to think it this way. If the S&P is going good, people have excess cash because, well, they're feeling good. They have a lot of money in the stock market. They can sell their stocks and put it into more risky assets. So if you got some excess money, you can put it into Bitcoin, you can put it into CRO, you can put it into basically anything. The S&P 500 is not really correlated with Cronos though. I should say that one at least. CRO is looking good. It's looking good. I hope he can hold. I hope he hold though. I hope he holds at least at that 21-day simple moving average somebody else talked about. Yeah, I do think the regular people stuff these days. We got BlackRock. We got BlackRock in the game. We got so many different actors actually. We got governments. So these days, guys, one of the biggest stakeholders, one of the biggest active stakeholders that holds Bitcoin that doesn't want to sell is the United States of America. I mean, yeah, it was for regular people. It started out like a Wild West movement, but we are back to the roots again of how capitalism works. At least that's what I think here. You know, I put too much in. I wanted it to go up to pay my HGV license. Tell me, Mr. Action, what's HGV? Is that like for a boat? Is that for a boat? I want to know now. I want to know now. I want to know. Anyways, we got about like a week left since we got the AMA. We got the AMA with Chris Marzalek. It was a week ago, and I've learned many things. So I definitely recommend to check out the AMA videos I did. I think they go into great detail about many parts really of the Golden Age proposal. But what I think Chris talked about is mainly this here, the left part of this part really of the Golden Age proposal, to capture institutional adoption through the Cronos exchange traded fund. So this is really the seeding of ETFs. So they're going to use the minted fund, thanks to the Golden Age proposal, to really capture those audiences, institutions. And he also talked a bit about incentivizing the builders, incentivizing the users as well to come to CRO, to come to the Cronos network. And he also talked about the app and exchange program benefits. Well, they didn't really talk about this part yet. Development fund, grants and incubation, and payment currency for shared AI services. So I don't know. I think currently the Cronos team is busy. I know that I think in about 2 weeks time, the Cronos team is in Dubai for Token 2049. Token 2049 is like, I think one of the biggest networking events we got in crypto. So there will be like, I think a Cronos stand or a Cronos party or Crypto.com party. I don't entirely know how it works. But I try to really attract more builders, connect with founders, talk with people that work in the space to actually come to Cronos, try it out. Build. That's what they want. But they really haven't talked about this much. So I'm really hoping. So we got this new leadership. We got Mirko. And I hope he's going to talk about this part as well. I mean, you can't see this, but onboard developers into ecosystem with AI developer tools. And also reach billions of non-crypto users. I mean, that has more to do with the exchange as well. But yeah, this part here. Remove complexity of blockchains to retail users with AI-powered dApps. I want to learn more. Okay, guys. For anyone wondering what a HGV is, HGV is Heavy Goods Vehicle. Okay, lorries. That sounds like an expensive license. I mean, especially with all these current day like safety things. I don't know if you wanna. I worked actually in dangerous goods. Then if you wanna do dangerous goods, that's heavy stuff. I know. Michael coming in. We unfortunately lost our 10-cent support levels. Sadly, yeah. Unfortunately, dude. Unfortunately, the only thing I could say though. Maybe a bit of hopium. A bit of hopium here, Michael. A bit of hopium. I think last week we also closed down below 10 cents. But we had a pump. So maybe, we also had it today actually. We had it today, earlier today. Maybe we can have a bit of a recovery tonight. I mean, I think the stock markets are still open in the US. I might be wrong there, but if they recover, we might even see CRO today closing in the green. We might see CRO closing in the green, but yeah, we definitely lost it here. If you have a good recovery today or tomorrow, I think it is fine. It can be a decent fake out here. XRP Bully, what do you think about Walrus? You're the second dude asking me. I have no clue. Apparently Walrus is a big thing. I also saw it, I think, on Twitter. Let me check. Yeah, here we got it here. Walrus. Plus 12%. Ah, okay, so it's part of the Sui chain. I'm not really into the Sui chain. I don't know. Let me rant a bit. If anyone is holding Sui, I mean, you probably have thought about it very carefully, but I don't know. So Sui, if I got it correct, I think it is created as part really of what previously was the Libra project of Facebook. So you might have heard a story after the first bull run really of 2017, or not the first bull run, but 2017 was a really big bull run. In 2017, Meta, so Facebook, got into the game and were like, we gotta do something with this. I mean, those were the days, guys, that you would probably go to Facebook and play those farming games, right? Farming on is it Farming Simulator? No, it's, I lost the name for the game on Facebook, but they were thinking, okay, we have a platform, big platform, Facebook. We've got to create our own stablecoin, Libra, our own cryptocurrency. Libra got cancelled. Libra has so much negative pressure, both from the EU as well from the American state, I think, as well. So Libra got cancelled. However, Facebook really attracted one of the brightest minds available, I think. I mean, they know how to attract talent. Facebook is great at those things. Unfortunately, or fortunately for them, when they got fired, they started their own project. We got Sui, and we also got Aptos. So kind of like two competing parties, but it came from the same Libra project. That's okay. So far so good, right? I mean, talented people working on a new project, blockchain, really fast. That was the whole goal. Make it super fast. Make it super fast. The only thing which I hate about both Sui and Aptos is how big venture capital is in those two tokens. We talk about fair launches a lot, but venture capital, I think it, of course, is great for bootstrapping new companies, but they are knee deep in both Sui and Aptos. And I think also, if you take a look at the unlock schedule of Sui, and also, by the way, of Solana is also still unlocking. Solana is also, it really goes back to the FTX days. Anyways, a bit of a rant. SQT, I have no clue about SQT. XDC, also no clue. I need to learn more. I need to go out. Out of my bubble. I mean, these are lovely bubbles. Having said that, guys, of course, I mean, I don't like Sui. I don't like Aptos. I don't like Solana. I mean, it's a bit more decentralized by now. It had the most of its unlocks. Still though, Solana is heavily backed by VC money. But the tokens on the chain, of course, they can't help that the token itself is held massively by VCs. And also, guys, VCs can pump tokens as well. I mean, take a look at Solana. What happened to Solana, guys? Solana went from $7 back to about 200, I guess. Mate does it, so we think we would have been in profit at this point. I think I can't read it today. Long day. Yeah, I think Trump, you know, people were really, you know, thinking about, okay, Trump is going to remove all the rules. Trump is going to make it easy to do business. And then Trump started to change things. And companies don't like change. Stocks don't like change. That's also why after he got elected, just a few days after, the S&P started dumping. And I'm like, are you really surprised? Are you really surprised, guys, that Trump is going to change things? I mean, we're talking about the same man that, you know, got the US out of the environmental, I lost the name, the Paris Agreement. The same man that started with the tariffs. Trump, you know, is a bit radical with some things. The question, of course, is would it have been better with Biden? Biden was very easy to predict what he was going to do. So I think for companies, Biden is better. However, guys, luckily, we are in crypto. And we can say a lot of bad things about Trump. We can also say a lot of good things about Trump, because what he has been doing with crypto is phenomenal. The war on crypto is absolutely over now. It is absolutely over. And you know, you can hate Trump, but at least he tries to find people around him that have some knowledge about the matter. So for example, for crypto, he got Chris at the table. I mean, all the clever people, even Michael Saylor, they had a talk with the whole Trump administration, and I think that's clever. Get the people from the industry on board, and they can actually help grow the industry, especially also in the US. So from a crypto point of view, I think it's good. The only thing is, of course, we are closely correlated with the rest of the stock market, with Also, what's happening the rest of the global market, of course. So this is only the US. If you take a look at the French stock market, or let's go to the Amsterdam stock market. The Amsterdam stock market here, big red day, big red day. This is awful. This is awful. Almost to range lows for the Amsterdam Stock Exchange. Awful, guys. Just a quick question here. Do you guys trade on any other exchange? Like, do you guys do stocks? Do you guys do maybe foreign exchanges? How do you call it? I lost the name of it. FX trading? Let me know. Commodities as well. Hey Oracle, welcome back, man. Great video breakdown, thank you. I think this was I liked it as well. Part 2 was better. Part 2 was better. Part 2 was better. If we didn't have an awful day like today, we would never get those great entries though. So buy the dip. Yeah, true. Very much important to know. Very good recommendation. I think, guys, like, zoom out as well. I've been talking about this rainbow chart for forever now. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, but just look at this. We are so low still. We're still in the green range, and the green range is buy. And the lower we are in the green range, I mean, we're even below the dotted blue line here, the better the buy is. And the unfortunate thing is, guys, is that we had some headwinds here. We had some headwinds. CRO was ready for a bust out. CRO was ready for a bust out. Unfortunately, though, CRO on its own can only get so far. CRO on its own can only get so far. The Lion token, on the other hand, though, the Lion token doesn't know how to stop. The Lion token, guys, I honestly, at this point, I think it's a token launched by Crypto.com, and they also currently have this promotion going on. So if you are on the Crypto.com app, you might have seen this promotion that you can earn 100%. You can earn 100% on your lock for both CRO as well as Lion. 100%, crazy. And I know what I want to do with those amounts. They want to create liquidity. They want to put liquidity behind the token, so it really becomes a strong token, like what we see with Pepe, like what we see with Pangu. Liquidity is key here. Liquidity is key. So guys, Lion token, will it flip? Will it flip CRO? I think we'll have a hard time. But it might do so. Let's take a quick peek though at Lion versus Crow. Lion, Crow. I think unfortunately there's not available here. For 5 years, yeah, that's true as well. Sanjaz is right about this. So you can actually also do on-chain staking. And they recently released on-chain staking for the Lion token. So you can actually get 170%. It's crazy. So a bit of a, I don't know if you guys care, but I bought about here at about 200 mil market cap. So I'm in big profits myself. I got my initial out, and it's no financial advice, but with those tokens, I do recommend. It's a bit of a meme, even though there is quite some potential as well with, I would say, for example, this here with the new season coming out for the game, with the app coming out as well. There's quite some potential for the token, but it's risky. It's super risky. I think Cronos is already very risky. Well, think about it as well. I think it can go higher, and I think definitely dollar-wise it will go higher. But will it go much higher in Crow value? I think that's the good question we have to answer the next upcoming days. Should have known better, you know. When everyone is bullish, I should be bearish and then buy the blood. Yeah, definitely. So if you go back really to the AMA talks, I mean, let's go to the Trump pump, the Trump media pump here. This was peak. This was really peak. And you can also see that if you go to the RSI, for example. If you go to the relative strength index, you could see here on the relative strength index that when we hit those 12-cent levels, we went quickly above this line here. So this is the oversold territory. The oversold territory for CRO. So this is getting into risky, dangerous patterns for the short term at least. So when you feel there is way too much bullish sentiment, you can try to make a short term trade here. Because yeah, I mean, you could have sold for 12 cents and buy back at about 9. Would have been 9. Would have been nice. It's a good trade, actually. It's a good trade. Are you open to putting other coins in your rainbow chart? Or do you only focus on CRO? If you do other projects, I will be interested in seeing VRA and Ondo in the rainbow chart. How old is Ondo? How old is Ondo and VRA, Mr. Oracle? Because it does need some historic data to back it up, right? I mean, so far I've seen it work. I've seen it work for what is it called? I've seen it work for Ethereum. I've seen it work for Bitcoin. I've seen it work for, I think XRP was the exception. XRP was the exception because XRP was heavily manipulated, and currently I think XRP is at about $2. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so VRA is actually about the same age as CRO. Ondo is fairly new. Okay, so Ondo is, I wouldn't do Ondo myself. That's I could try VRA in the future. So tariffs, are they good or bad? I think tariffs in general are bad. Anyone that's saying it's good is lying. I mean, it goes back, guys, to I think it was a Portuguese macroeconomic. Oh no, actually, wasn't it? Is it? I think it's really old. It's really old economic theory. I think somebody even won like a prize for it back then. It all goes back. Any country that can do one thing very good should do that. Any one country. So let's say the US is great at producing steel. Then the US should be producing steel. And if Germany is very good at making cars, Germany should be making cars. And it should be buying the steel from the US instead of trying to do it, instead of doing it themselves. That is like from a theoretic perspective, the best way to do it. I think though, Victor, you're asking about is it the price? The price is it's okay. It's like we expected a bit of a move down, I guess. I think it was a bit steeper than expected though. I think the overall thought was okay. We're gonna get those tariffs, but they were worse than many people expected. I think it was a fairly well kept secret. I think the White House kept it very well secret. But yeah, it's still also, it's the starting point, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to the S&P once more quickly, because it's a starting point for debate. It's a starting point for debate because soon you will have the first, I think, deals being made. You can already see that Canada and Mexico, they were not on the list. Canada and Mexico are not getting any tariffs because they made a deal, I guess. So soon there will be a deal, hopefully, with the EU. There will be a deal with China. There will be a deal with anyone. I've even heard about, I think many American companies. Even that's by the way a cool story. It's a cool story. I don't know if you've heard, but the founder of OnlyFans, yeah, I'm not making this up. The founder of OnlyFans partner up with the HBAR Foundation. So HBAR, it's a crypto project. They teamed up and they made a last minute bid for TikTok in the US. So HBAR and OnlyFans. That's like the biggest power couple ever. I was like, what? HBAR though. HBAR, I think even HBAR had a bit of a pump there because they they might be buying TikTok. Oh, oops. Thoughts on injective? No clue. No comment. Are you still thinking that CRO can hit $2 this year? I feel it could be possible, but for me, I'm happy with $1. I think everyone would be happy with $1. I have to quote Mr. Chris Marshall, though, Mr. J Smith. I have to quote him. We don't have to think about cents. We should be thinking about dollars. If you can go grow as big as like say BSC. If the chain grows, I think the chain is one of the most important elements currently. So if you are only using the exchange, maybe try out the chain as well, the Cronos chain. I think it does help if we get more active users, but yeah, pump your own backs, I would say. But if the chain grows and if they can actually also deliver on the AI narrative, that's I think one of the biggest plays here. It can actually deliver also on the promise of making CRO great again, and also dollars instead of cents. So far, I need to reevaluate this a bit. I have to really think about the Cronos reserve as well, because from a tokenomics point of view, it's not the same anymore. It's not the same anymore. I think though it's still fairly valid. It's still fairly valid because the overall, at least for this cycle, the overall increase in supply. So in about 2 weeks, guys, in about 2 weeks, there will be 1.16 billion CRO minted. 1.16. We don't know what they're going to do with that. We have no clue, like literally zero. They can hold on to it, they can sell it, they can give it away. We don't know. As long as we don't know, I think it's still possible. I think again, guys, this red line, the sell area, is in between 1 and in between 3. In between 1 and 3. And yeah, we're talking about this year. I'm still about the opinion that it's going to happen this year. But Chris was talking about the beginning of 2026 as well. I don't know if he meant like a proper bull market. If you go back, take a look here at this part of the bull cycle in 2021. I mean, the beginning of 2022 was also fairly solid, right? I mean, the beginning of 2022 was very solid. Was still about 50 cents in April. 3 years ago, guys. 3 years ago at 50 cents. Crazy. Yeah, XGen was thinking, yeah, it's my second biggest bag, you know, and didn't know what to think about this news. I'm curious though, XGen, do you know, tokenomics wise, is it like a bit similar for HBAR as with CRO? Do they have like their own reserve? How do they get so much money? How are they able to potentially buy TikTok? So the reason Trump is doing tariff, because after World War II, the USA allowed low tariffs on countries to grow, but then everyone kept upping tariffs on USA, causing a massive deficit. But yeah, I've seen many people make this argument, actually, but it also is not entirely right. The thing is, this is a bit crazy, but if you don't live in the EU, it's a bit strange maybe to hear, but there's, I think, no federal tax. There's no federal tax. It's all about, I think, state taxes on products. But we in the EU, we typically have like a nationwide tax on products. We, for example, do 21% on any product. But also it's a US product, it's a Dutch product, it's a German product. Every product gets a tax. It's not a tariff, it's a tax. But they think, so some people think that's a tariff. That's a tariff on the US products. They should get 0% tax, but no, it's a flat rate for every product. Doesn't matter where it comes from. The only thing is that we do have tariffs, I think, on the EU. We do have tariffs on China here in the EU at least. Tariffs on particular products at least, because I think not for solar panels, but for cars, for example. I don't know what I think about it, but the US or China is kind of trying to subsidize. They try to subsidize their own car manufacturing, and by doing that, the EU manufacturers can't really compete with it anymore. I'm actually okay with subsidizing cars. If China wants to subsidize EU people driving cars from China, okay, let's do that. The only thing, of course, is that Chinese cars, the danger is, of course, that we don't know what to do with all the data. We don't know what to do with all the data. Chinese with our data. Is that dangerous? Is that okay? Also, though, we don't know what companies like Google do with our data. So, I mean, it's getting a bit political here, guys. I'm sorry, but yeah, I mean, we have a lot of different parties, you know, that probably their own. You have to recognize that every country, every company, the only thing they really care about is themselves. They don't really care about, you know, the ethical part of it. XRP Bully is saying, well, the trading volume is still up from about a few weeks ago and went to 390 million recently. When it goes to 1.2 billion, we will be at about $1. Well, maybe together with, you know, ETFs. But Bjorn is saying, I think the ETFs won't give us a big boost when the government isn't invested in it. It doesn't necessarily have to be the ETFs. What I like to think about, Bjorn, is what Chris mentioned in his talk. So Chris was talking about the potential for companies like MicroStrategy. There are already companies working on like an ETF basket for the top 20. So they are trying to accumulate, like MicroStrategy, more Bitcoin, but also they will get into altcoins, because altcoins, they are more risky. They also have a higher reward potential. Bitcoin, it still can gain a lot, but it can also not gain as much, for example, as XRP this cycle. So think about companies that might want to copy the strategy. That sounds strange. So they will actually acquire more Bitcoin, they will acquire more Ethereum, they will acquire more CRO potentially. Then they will sell stock, so they can buy more. It's a bit of a leverage trade as well there, but you know, it kind of works out so far for Bitcoin. And what I would like to think about as well is that in the last few years before, crypto was really the wild west. Really the wild west. However, the tokens that we saw back in 2021 are still relevant. They are still very much relevant. So let me quickly go to CoinMarketCap now. I think 2017, all the tokens we really got from 2017 that are not around anymore are basically dead tokens. EOS, for example, not around anymore. Litecoin is still around. Gotta say that one. I'm thinking right now of a few 2017 tokens. Neo, big token back then. But slowly but surely, the crypto market is maturing. And there might still be a few shifts here and there. Maybe, for example, Toncoin will go outside of the top 20, or we will see, I don't know, Hyperliquid move into the top 20. But I think the longer we go, the more mature the market will become as well, and the more rigid this top 20 will become as well. So currently, I would say it's pretty fluctuating. Sometimes XRP goes to the third spots. Sometimes Solana tries to flip BNB. But it's interesting nevertheless. Yo, Coinbaron, do you hold any SAI? Even if not, can you share your perspective on it? I have no clue. I have no perspective, I'm sorry. I do know though. There was one Italian YouTuber also talks a lot about CRO, or did in the past at least. And I know he holds a lot of SAI, so you might be able to check him out. I lost his name though. If you try to look for Italian CRO, I think you might find him though. Have a look at the governance council. Which governance council? HBAR. Ah, yeah. I have no clue. I have no clue about HBAR. For anyone just joining in, so HBAR tries to buy TikTok. It's true. It's happening. By the way, Vida, welcome to the channel. And also Pirate Justin, strap in, guys. Welcome to the Crow fam. To be fair, the tariffs don't go into effect till next week, from Liberation Day anyway. So guessing that he will be trying to make deals with these countries. I think the base tariff is it already valid? I think this week base tariff and next week the per country edition. Hey Karl, hey Coinbaron, I hope the market will be great again. I hope so too. So CRO, like we told before, CRO is holding on quite okay. It's okay. I think it's worse for tokens like, I think somebody mentioned Ethereum. Ethereum just can't find a floor. Ethereum just can't find a floor. It's crazy. I love Ethereum. I think still it's the most decentralized smart contract chain. Still the base, I think, for many actual project building. Actually, this might be this might be the lowest we go. This is very important for Ethereum to hold here. If Ethereum falls, this is also going to be very bad for Bitcoin dominance, because we haven't talked about Bitcoin dominance yet, have we? Legacy though does say some clever thing, guys. Long-term hold. I think that's a clever thing, right? You know, don't go out in too often, because sometimes we just simply don't know. Like tomorrow, we can have a recovery crazy fast. Again, guys, I have to remind you, Trump tariff back then took about, what is it? 4 weeks. Took about 4 weeks to recover. 4 weeks. Let's say, guys, we dip a bit more. We can always dip a bit more. No financial advice on this channel. Let's say we dip a bit more. In May, it can be back again. It can be back again in May. What is your thought on the Binance boycott today? I have no clue. I think it was all about the... So Binance has its own launchpad. If you guys don't know, Binance has its own launchpad, and they created a few tokens there. And recently they listed a new token, Guns. And that went bad. That was a really bad start, because Binance basically demanded that the people that bought in already in the seed phase, they would have an additional lockup. So a lot of drama in the Guns community and also for Binance. But then something else happened. Binance decided out of nowhere to change the rules on their own platform for the leverage traders. And out of nowhere, they got an announcement for, hey, we're going to change the rules. You have to change your liquidity if you are trading leverage. Basically, they wanted to de-risk. So also it was more easy to get liquidated. People had 3 hours. People had 3 hours after the announcement to change their stuff. People were eating, people were sleeping, people were doing their work. And after those 3 hours passed, there was a mass liquidation event. So people honestly got tired of Binance doing stuff like this. It's very shady. It is very shady in my opinion, because they make money on liquidations. And also you saw a lot of red candles on many tokens even before the Trump dump. So yeah, people got mad, I think, for a reason. I like a Binance boycott though, because I think Binance is still a behemoth. Binance is an absolute behemoth, and they need to become smaller. I mean, it's better for the market. It's better for the market than to have like 5 companies that all have an equal 20% share. I would love for Cronos and for crypto.com to become bigger and bigger, but I think for us as traders, it's better to have like a fair playing field for crypto exchanges. Badass coming in here with some nice calculations. So if CRO wants to go to the BNB market cap, then add the same percentage to BNB. Okay, so the question is really how high CRO needs to go. Well, the calculation is a bit hard, I think, currently, Badass, because we have to take a look also at what's happening with the increasing supply. So increasing supply will increase the market cap. Let me check. It is fun though, it is fun. So what we can do, we can see here, let's go to BNB, then we go to the other token, CRO. We can see that, the one ring out. So yeah, if CRO would get the same market cap of BNB, CRO would immediately jump to $3. CRO would immediately jump to $3. You have to take into account though that we will grow in how's it called? We will grow in supply, give or take 50% this year. So let's say we have a bull market. Let's say we have a bull market this year, and CRO is going to skyrocket to the 5th position, and you want to have the same supply, same market cap as BNB. Then in that case, and we have to actually do this. We have to go to the all-time high, of course. In that case, guys, we also have to divide the current supply, of course. So it wouldn't really go to $4. It would more go closely to $2.71. $2.71. That is basically where it would bring us. $2.71. Percentage-wise, though, what is it? 30x. So 3,000%. About 3,000%. 3,000%, guys, that's crazy. It is not impossible though. Honestly, I do believe if Chris is going to play the cards well, it's honestly possible. It is honestly possible. Let's say Binance is going to collapse as a company. I don't think if Binance would really collapse, like from a bankruptcy or so, that would be very bad for the overall crypto market. But let's say they're just going to slowly dwindle down, just lose customers. I mean, that would be very good for the CRO token, I guess. Okay, now add BNB times 42. I don't know why you would multiply the market cap of BNB times 42. Where are you going, this badass? Hey, Universal, welcome, man. I am a CRO member, but I also hold the loaded Lion token. Looks like it's gonna flip CRO at this rate. Have you invested into the Lion token, and whether do you think about the project? I have about 50,000 tokens on the 6% earn on CDC. I love the Lion token, honestly, Universal. I made a video about my portfolio, and yeah, I hold Lion token. I recommend to check out that video. It's called literally my portfolio, I think. My 2025 portfolio. There you can see how much I got into the Lion token. I bought in early. I also sold a bit, but I still hold on to a big chunk of it. I've been seeing a lot of people saying Binance has been doing a lot of market manipulation and got caught moving funds or something of the yeah. I don't know about moving funds, but yeah, they are definitely manipulating the market. 100%. Do you think Lion will flip CRO? Mainly, maybe very temporarily. But you have to understand, Mr. Universal, that soon Lion, or soon the CRO token will get an additional mint of token. Therefore, the market cap is going to go up. And from this point onward, the market cap of CRO is going up every month. Every month. By give or take, at the current rate at least, give or take $100 million. Oh no? Yeah, 100 million. So this month it will be 100 million more. Then next month 200 million, 300 million, 400 million. And if the price of CRO goes up even more, let's say CRO goes to 20 cents instead of 10, then it will go up by 200 every month. It all depends, of course, on also the sell pressure of the CRO minting. But if you don't see any more sell pressure, let's see. So the question here, didn't CRO gain 42% to get to BNB market cap? Yeah, so in theory, at the current supply, if tomorrow CRO would go to the BNB market cap, then we're talking about a 42x. So yeah, we got some way to grow here. We got to grow a bit more. I know there's a lot of things with Binance manipulating markets and BNB tokens say strong, almost like they don't manipulate their own token. I mean, the BNB token is, I think, the most manipulated, right? Isn't it? They keep buying it as well. They keep buying more and more BNB token. Because they, guys, honestly, the Binance exchange has so much revenue. It's absolutely crazy. Recently, Crypto.com released their revenue numbers, and they spend about $700 million, $700 million every year on marketing. Binance doesn't do that. Binance is already the lead. It's the biggest exchange in the world. So they will grow simply from word of mouth. They will grow simply because they are the biggest. They don't need to spend $700 billion. And also, Binance, they make more revenue because they are already a bigger platform. I honestly think, looking at the size of Crypto.com, I think they do make, let's say, about 10 billion revenue. 10 billion revenue. And if they, I think they honestly can make about 9 billion of profit every year. It's a crazy money machine. Binance is a crazy money machine. Yeah, it's manipulated in a good way. In a good way. No way. Did he really say that, Action? So did Trump really say, yeah, market's going to bump? I mean, he shouldn't talk about that too much. If he believes in his own policy, he shouldn't care. But yeah. Let's see. I hope he's going to make a deal, guys. I think that's the silver lining here. If you're going to make more deals, like in Trump 1, back in 2018, things should be good. Can see a nice V-shaped recovery. But yeah, so far I see more and more markets struggle so far. Hey, Deputy, welcome. Oh, Trump is saying the market will do well. Ah, okay. Interesting. Get some sleep, Action. Get some sleep. I mean, yeah. Honestly, I think Trump is right. I think this might be a good buying opportunity here for the S&P 500. I'm really curious where it will close today. It will close, I think, in a few hours. But it's really interesting. Are you into gaming tokens? Yeah, again, check out the portfolio, guys. Check out the portfolio. I'm also into gaming tokens. Not into Illivium, so he's talking about ILV. It hit 3K last cycle, and currently it's about $14. They're currently developing new integrations and game upgrades. Interesting. I have to wait and see. The product needs to be top notch. It is really hard to develop a good crypto gaming product. I think currently, guys, there's only like one good game. If you are into gaming tokens, like we talked about Guns. Guns is the gaming token of Gunzilla, and Gunzilla is the developer that created Off the Grid. Off the Grid is honestly, I think, one of the best. It is the best crypto game ever. Period. But also, it's a good game. We've seen streamers like, I think Shroud played it as well. Shroud is a huge Counter-Strike player in the past. People have fun with it, and that's the most important part. In a crypto game, you should forget the crypto part, and that should be a good crypto game. But okay. ILV partnered up with Virtuals, and Virtuals is an AI play. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Random token, strap in, my dude, strap in. Personally, guys, I'm going to strap out though. We talked about this quickly. So, quick recap. Tariffs, bad, but well, it was worse than expected. And we're gonna wait to see, guys. I think the EU will come with countermeasures. China will come with countermeasures. So we're gonna start talking. We have to start talking soon, guys. Will Bitcoin dump even further? It is possible. Bitcoin could dump further, but we have to wait and see. Let's get that deal. Let's hope CRO can also make a nice V-shaped recovery. So far, we're holding on, as XJam mentions, to the 21-day. So let's see if CRO can keep doing that. Guys, have a good one. Enjoy your evening and enjoy your day. Don't get scared too much. Don't get scared too much. Buy the dip if you want. No financial advice. And talk to you Sunday. And by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, check out the latest video. It's called five ways to make CRO great again. It's the AMA part 2. It's really great. It is the best. Have a good one, guys. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. I am deaf. Too late.